Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I thought I would get into some side hustle type things that are a great idea to look into if you're a stay-at-home mom and you're looking for a little more extra income. I do personally do some of these, and others I've had friends that have experience with them. So even though I might not know exactly everything that goes into them, I have heard good reviews and good viewpoints on them. First one I want to get into, a lot of people have heard of just because of everything that's going on with quarantine and all that. That is the food delivery services. I'm talking DoorDash, Uber Eats, Grubhub, Postmates, that type of thing. Compared to Uber and driving itself, I honestly think this is kind of a little safer because, at least in my opinion as a woman, you never really know who you're gonna pick up if you're going to Uber. You could make the argument that depending on where you live, it also might not be the safest thing in the world, but I have several friends at the school that I work at that have done it, and they said they've never felt unsafe. I personally am signed up for it, although I haven't actually completed any deliveries yet, because once I signed up for it and got everything set, my circumstances changed, and then I didn't end up doing it, although I might start doing it sometime soon, depending on how things go. The sign-up process is actually really easy. You just get the driver app of whatever service that you are working on. You'll enter in some work-related stuff, pretty sure they ask for social security and identification verification that way. They'll ask you what car you drive, that kind of thing. And then I know at least with, which ones am I signed up for? I want to say I have DoorDash and Uber Eats, I think, are the two that I signed up for, and not the other two. But at least with those two, they send you an insulated bag to carry your deliveries in, and then they also send you a debit card basically, so that if the consumer hasn't prepaid at the restaurant, you can pay with the card there, so you're not actually exchanging any of your own money, which is good. One thing I have heard though is you only make money once you are on the delivery. So if you're waiting around for a while, you don't actually make money, you're literally just waiting. You also have to consider the toll it might take on your car, so you don't want to drive too far, but also if you don't live in a major metropolitan area, this might not be for you. However, during surge times when everyone's ordering food, lunchtime, dinner time, special event days, you can actually make a lot of money. Another one that you can do is teaching English online to students in China. One of my teacher friends is also an online teacher for VIP Kid. She says it's really great. I personally haven't gotten into it just because they require a video interview, and I am a little bit nervous about that because I'm only a teaching assistant, and even though I have a bachelor's and I feel like I could accomplish at least the lower level of teaching English to students, it's a new thing. And I also don't want to get into it right before I have baby J. And I don't know if I can keep that up with all the changing schedules and everything. Depending on how things go after, once I'm in the postpartum period, I might look into that more. But that is one thing to look at. I do know that the time slots are pretty early in the morning. So if you're not a morning person, it might not be for you. But it's also a really good steady side gig. If you're anyone in the education realm, it's also a really good experience for future job opportunities and that kind of thing. Third option that you can do is actually being a reseller on sites like Poshmark, Mercari. Technically you can do eBay, but no one really uses eBay, I feel like, anymore. Stuff like that. I personally have listed a few things from my own closet that I wasn't using anymore. I have not made any sales, but that's because I just got into it and I haven't played around with the metrics and how to properly list things quite yet. But this one's a really easy one if you're just going through spring cleaning and you want to find a way to get rid of clothes and also make a little cash on them. You also can specifically go to thrift stores and find really good brand names at super rock bottom prices and then resell them on those kind of apps. That takes a lot more time and you really need to know your brands. I don't have a fashion mind, which is why I don't do that. I use it more for cleaning out the closet and stuff that I can do with that. You do have to know how to take good pictures. You don't have to be a professional. You don't have to have a professional camera because smartphones nowadays can really do a lot of that stuff. But you do have to be able to frame it properly and make sure the clothes are all nice and all that. The last thing that I wanted to bring up today is being an Etsy shop owner, or maybe not Etsy, Shopify, that kind of thing. Basically running your own online business. This you can literally do anything with. If you're crafty, you can do that. You can also be like a reseller type on your own website. Personally, I would not go straight for your own website first, because you have to build up that client base and build up brand recognition before you get more traffic into your website. The nice thing about being on a shop page like Etsy or like Mercari, or even being in a print on demand service like Redbubble or Teespring or Zazzle or like anything like that, they have a built-in customer base that's already coming to their website. You will make more sales with a built-in base, but these sites also take a percentage of your earnings. So you really have to balance out like which one's the best. The nice thing about shops and websites that are on Redbubble, Teespring, that kind of thing, you personally don't have any contact with the actual products. There's no shipping costs. You don't have to have any stock. It's just your designs. You put them on products, people buy them. There's actually, it's funny, I created a design on Zazzle, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago, and I actually logged out of that account and forgot about it. But I just got a notification about a month ago that I had reached a payment threshold on that, which I was like, I don't remember putting that up. What is on there? And I ended up making like $50, which for like 4 years is not a lot of money. But I literally put up one design, didn't even change like the shop, didn't play around with any SEO or anything like that, and I still made $50. So that's pretty good. And if you think about that versus like what you can do if you actually put effort into it, there's a lot of potential there. The nice thing about selling on Etsy specifically is there's a lot more freedom with branding and products that you can do, and a lot of people go there specifically for nice homemade crafty stuff. You do have to personally have some way to manufacture things, because Etsy is not a website that will manufacture for you. It's just a listing platform. And you do have to know a little bit more about how to engage people and draw in traffic, because depending on what you're selling, you might have more competition, or if you're selling something super niche, you still need to be able to draw people there so that they know what they're looking for. I personally have owned my Etsy shop for about 3 years now, and I do make like a solid side income. Not a lot, because you also have to keep in track of your business expenses and things that you're putting into that. I know at the beginning of last year, I upgraded some of my equipment, which was really expensive, and cut down a lot of my profits that year. But since then, my sales have gone way up. Right now with the quarantine, I am still getting some orders, but it has dropped drastically. I want to say I was making about $300 to $400 in profit, like after Etsy's listing fees and everything, per month on that shop before everything hit. And now I've only had 1 or 2 orders in the last couple weeks, so it's definitely not going to reach that bracket of like money that I was making. But specifically with running an Etsy shop, I'm going to do a different video later to give you more tips and tricks on how to do that. For now, those 4 tips are my top ways that I think right now you can earn some money as a side gig. There are a few other options, and I'm going to get into that on a video about money saving apps and stuff like that. But specifically in actual like side jobs, those are the top 4 that I would recommend that I either have personal experience with or have had good experiences from friends with. So make sure you check those out. And if you are interested, subscribe, and I will see you guys later.